Google just did something wild. They gave away their AI agent builder for free to everyone. It's called Opal, and it lets you build working AI apps just by talking to it. So you don't need to code, no technical skills, just plain English. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. You'll see me build real tools live. And I'm going to show you things that used to take weeks and you can now make in minutes. And here's the crazy part. Opal is now live in over 160 countries. Google just expanded it. This is brand new. And by the end of this stream, you'll know exactly how to use Opal to save hours every single week. You'll see the frameworks I use and you'll get all the templates and notes. So let's get straight into this. This is Opal over here, and you can basically create anything that you want with no code just by typing in exactly what you want, right? So you've got a demo video here, or you can just describe what you want on the bottom. You can even use your voice to describe what you want, right? So for example, here, let's say, for example, I'm doing live streams or I'm creating content on YouTube, and you can just focus on whatever you want to do. You would literally just type in what you want, right? So for example, okay, focus on the AI news today and give me some fun, clickbait, Alex Formosi style content ideas for the new AI tool releases that I can create a video about, right? And all of a sudden, your video research team doesn't need to be anymore there because you've got this AI agent where you can click a button and then you can get ideas today, right? And so you can see that's beginning to build this out. It'll take a few minutes to come up with a workflow, but this is how easy it is to use. And you literally just describe what you want. Boom shakalaka. You've got the AI clickbait generator over here, generate viral video ideas from today's AI news and tools. It's not guaranteed to work first time round, so just keep your expectations normal here. But that's basically how it works. And then from here, what you can do is you can start using this to generate your outputs, right? So we're going to wait for that to load. And then once that loads, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we're going to click on start over here. It's going to start thinking and researching the AI news. So we literally just click a button to start, right? Like it's as simple as that. You can get your team to do it. You don't even need to do this anymore. You can get your team to just handle this for you. You could even have like a computer use agent that could go on there and click a button and start generating the video ideas for you. And then from here we can start working our magic. So it's beginning to think and come up with ideas. It might not work 100% all of the time, but let's see how it goes. You can see the loading bar over here, and you can see the workflow in the middle. So you can see how it's been developed, and then you can change your prompts and click in between them as well. So for example, what you see is it's researching the AI news, then it's generating video ideas, and then it's rendering those video ideas into a nice little HTML landing page like this, right? Now, when you're doing this as well, you can see that it's come up with a bunch of tips and ideas like so. So if we open up this one, for example, we've got the news. Now, what I might want to do when I look at this is go, okay, give me the dates of each tool so I know it's come from today or the last 48 hours. So include the source of each article, plus just focus on new tool releases, right? Something like that. And then, yeah, I think that'll be good. So we're going to hit enter like so. I know that it's already working because, for example, it gave us an idea for Sam Altman's Code Red shout out, which was, something that Sam Altman announced earlier this week, basically saying that it was code red for ChatGPT, all the competition that's coming into play with AI right now, right? And they don't want to fall behind. So we're waiting for Opal to start generating its magic now. And the thing that I would say here is I remember sitting at my desk last year, staring at a list of about 47 new tasks I need to automate for my SEO agency. And, that could be research for clients, content briefs, lead lists, competitor tracking, all stuff that ate up hours every single day. And, we've all tried building automations in NA10, and these can work great, but they can take weeks to set up each one and actually get it working properly. So you can also try no-code tools as well. A lot of them are not very good. They're quite clunky and limited, and the pain is real, right? You can spend more time building systems than actually growing your business. That's one of the biggest issues here. Then Google dropped Opal in July 2025. And, at first I thought this is just another toy, right? It's just another shiny object. But when I tried it, something has clicked. And for example, today, if I say, right, okay, build me an app that searches the latest AI news, comes up with video ideas, and automates something that would usually take about 15 to 30 minutes a day, you can easily do that. 30 seconds later, it's done, right? A few minutes later, it's done, working and ready to use. And that's when I knew that everything had changed. So today I'm just showing you what I've learned, the frameworks, the prompts, the workflows that turn ideas into working tools in minutes. So we're going to start generating these responses. Let's test this out now. So we're going to click on start there and begin with this. So there we go. Some people say I don't have time to learn something new. I'm too busy running my business. But if you look at people like Warren Buffett, like he reads for 5 to 6 hours a day, and he says, one of the best things you can do is really just, focus on yourself, focus on learning. He's 93 and he's still learning new things. So building your first Opal app, it takes about 2 minutes. That's it. And the time you save afterwards is hours every single week forever. Other people will say as well, like free tools are never as good as paid ones, but look at, like, for example, Gmail, Google Docs, Google Drive, YouTube, the most used tools on the planet. They're all free, right? They make their tools free because they want everyone using their ecosystem. They want everyone using AI. And Opal runs on Gemini, which is their best AI. And so that's why they give it away for free. Other people say, well, automation will replace me, and that they're worried about this stuff. But the thing is, right, Jeff Bezos, for example, he said, what's dangerous is not to evolve, right? The people who get replaced are usually the ones who don't adapt. And so Opal doesn't replace you, it literally multiplies you. One person with Opal could do what a team of 5 people used to do. Other people say, well, this seems too good to be true, but Opal is made by Google, one of the biggest companies on earth. It's on the official Google developers blog. It's real, it works, and I'm proving it to you live today, as you can see, right? And so you can see how it's coming up with a bunch of ideas over here. So we've got a bunch of tips and tricks that we can use. So for example, like this secret AI just beat GPT-5 and Gemini 3, which is DeepSeek v3.2. And that was from this very recently itself. Amazon's AI, that's something else that we would cover on our channel, right? And these are all different AI news topics that we could come up with, right? Now, one thing that I might recommend here is that you actually make it broader, right? So you could use this tool for any different industry, any different platform, etc. So we could go back into this and we could say, right, okay, well, based on this, make it generalized. So I'm going to say, make it more generic, not just for AI news, so that it can create content across every platform or every industry, right? People just type in their industry and it will find relevant trending news topics. Then we're going to hit enter and we're going to start generating like a more generic version of this tool that can work for anyone. Jose says, love this. Thank you. Happy to help, Jose, and I appreciate you. I'm glad you're finding it useful. The other thing that some people say, well, I don't know where to start with this stuff. Elon Musk, he didn't know how to build rockets when he first started SpaceX, but he learned by doing. And that's exactly why I created this framework that I'm about to share. So it tells you what to do from day 1 to day 30, step by step. Other people say, well, my business is different. This doesn't work for me. But Opal has been used for marketing campaigns, research tools, data analysis, content creation, travel planning, language learning, and more. And whatever your business is, there's a use case. Other people will say, I'll learn this later when I have more time. I mean, here's what I would say. Mark Cuban once said that work like, he recommended work like there is someone working 24 hours a day to take it away from you. And your competitors are learning this right now. So the early adopters always win, and you always want to try and learn this stuff early before anyone else catches on, right? So if we go back to Opal now, we've got the viral video ideas like so. And let's just make sure that we've got this working correctly. All right, and then if we go back to the app, we'll refresh this, click on start. We're going to enter our industry. So let's say I'm in, I don't know, the gym industry. Then it should start researching the latest news in my industry. Let's see what it does. It is connected to the web. It is finding relevant topics for us when we tested the AI news section. But now we're making it more generic so it works for any industry, so that more people can use it and more people will find it helpful. So let's talk about the framework that I use for all this stuff. The system that I use is called the Opal Operator Framework. And this is a system that I use to turn ideas into working AI mini apps. And it's built around how Opal actually works. So I've actually included this inside the AI Profit Boardroom. If you just go inside the AI Profit Boardroom community, and then you're going to scroll to S&P updates. We update this every single day. And you can see we have the Google Opal notes from today as well, with video tutorial plus all the notes and everything else, right? Now, what I would say here is the Opal operator framework that we're using today. This is a system that I use to turn ideas into working AI mini apps, like you can see with this AI video idea generator, right? And so how Opal works essentially is like Opal is a no-code AI app builder from Google Labs. And here's what makes it special, right? So you've got natural language creation. You just describe what you want in plain English, Opal goes off and builds it. You also got the visual workflow editor. So you see every step of your app as a flowchart, and then you can edit by clicking or talking. We also got multi-step workflows, so you can chain together prompts, AI calls, and tools into complex automations. And you got Google Sheets integration, so you can save outputs directly to spreadsheets. Additionally, you can send your apps to others with a single link. All right. Now, what I would also say here is that it's free, right? It runs on Gemini. There's no cost to it. Now, there's three different types that I've seen of apps people are building. So there's three different types of Opal apps people are building right now. One is automation apps, so like research bots, data analyzers, task automators for newsletters, contracts, and meal planning, etc. Then you've got content apps. So for example, like marketing generators that create blog posts, social captions, video scripts, and even the videos themselves. You can create image and text tools for campaigns, and story and script generators with voiceovers. So that's the other type. And then the third type is like you can use this for quick MVPs to test business ideas. You can create language learning tools. You've got travel planners, and you've got quiz and education apps. So there's a bunch of stuff that you can do with this. And, you know, it is so powerful because you got so many different ways that you can start using this stuff, right? Now, if we go back to Opal here, we have this, as you can see, right? And it's come up with all the latest news in the industry, right? So for example, um, you can see all these different ideas that people have got, like for example Gen Z being obsessed with running, or like AI knowing your next workout, etc. And so it's given us a bunch of viral video ideas for any industry they're in, and it's so incredibly easy to use, isn't it? So if you want to get access to that, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take and publish this Opal AI video topic generator, and you don't have to use it for videos. You know, you could use it for any platform, any social media marketing that you're doing. If you want to get access to this, I will put it inside the Google Opal notes from today, right? So if you want to get access to that free tool, here you go. We actually add free tools every day inside here. So I'm going to put marketing topic generator based on scraping the news. And now you never need to worry about coming up with topics for your marketing ideas ever again, right? You can just use Google Opal, and then if you're creating videos, no problem. If you're creating articles on X, no problem, right? Anything trending, you can find with this tool in one single click, and all you do is you type in your industry. So it's super simple and easy to do. Now, if we have a look here, you can scroll up, and then you can get the tool over here. So you got the free tool over here. And if we scroll down now, I want to talk you through the 30-day plan that I would recommend for implementing this stuff, because it's one thing knowing it, it's another thing really learning how to use it inside your business. So, you know, week one, I'd recommend the foundation days. You know, you're going to go with opal.withgoogle .com, right? So sorry, opal.google is where it's available, right? You can sign in with Google, explore the starter templates, build your first single app. Something like a blog post idea generator would work. You've seen how simple it is to build this stuff. And all you do is you go inside Opal, like you see, click on create new, boom, you're ready to go, right? You can also look through the gallery here, and these are a bunch of templated Opal ideas you can get, and then you can actually remix these. So you see how it says remix here on the bottom? Basically what that means is like you can actually just remix the idea, reformat the tool, customize it however you want. Pretty simple and easy. You can even like turn your YouTube videos into quizzes, or for example, create a Google Calendar magic linker, so you can get a magic link to add directly to your Google Calendar. You can generate like playlists, or even style yourself, right? Using the fashion stylist. So there's loads of cool ideas that you can use to build with this stuff. Day 3 to 4, I would learn the visual editor. So click on the steps, see how they connect, edit with you know, one step with the chat, edit another with using the visual editor. So if you go back inside, for example, this tool here, and then you go inside this section, right? So inside the editor, you've got this visual editor, and you can just mix it up, add different things, zoom in, zoom out. You can edit each module, as you can see. You can add new modules here as well. It's pretty simple and easy. You can even change the model that you're using, right? So you can see how you can switch between audio, LM, Veo. You've got, for example, Lyria. You've got Imagen, deep research, right? You can build whatever you want and use whatever API you want, as long as it's Google related and within the Google ecosystem. And then day 5, I would recommend building a 3-step workflow. So input, AI process, output, right? So for example, take a topic, research it, write a summary, right? You can easily build this sort of process that's very basic, but this is the foundations that help you really get it set up and understand how to master Opal. And then on day 7, you just share your first app with someone, right? Get some feedback. If you need some help with that, join the AI Profit Boardroom and then just post your tool inside here, right? So for example, if you have a look inside the win section, you see that Steve Light got a bunch of beta testers for his tool, right? If you want people to check out your tools, just post it inside the AI Profit Boardroom. We're all here to raise each other up and learn and grow and share wins together. So if you want to get that stuff, it's all inside there, right? Now, in terms of week 2, how are you going to learn more about how to use Opal? All right, good question. So from here, what I'd recommend, days 8 to 14, days 8 to 9, like you want to build some sort of content creation app. The reason that I recommend that is like every business needs to create content to market their business. And so you want to have like a product idea, for example, and then you get a blog post and social media captions and an image description. So if we go back to Opal over here, you can see that I've actually kind of done this with the SEO content AI and the Hall Mosey SEO page AI, as you can see, right? So if we go to this particular blog, basically inside here, we enter our target keyword, like for example, SEO training. And then what that does is it starts generating SEO web page based on that. Now, content creators are really, really powerful, and you can create as much content as you want with these tools. Play around with them. If you don't like the outputs, no problem. Change the inputs, right? Change the way that it's operated. And then what I recommend is that you also connect this to Google Sheets. You can build an app that saves research findings automatically. You can build a multi-step research app. So for example, like input a competitor URL and then output an analysis saved to Sheets. And also you could share 2 apps that you've built, right? So get more feedback from the community. So week 1, you share the app that you build. Week 2, you're going to build another app and then you're going to share it with the community, right? If we all share these tools, number 1, then we learn and grow together. But number 2, you get feedback on the tools and how to improve them. And you kind of learn how to build your own SaaS tools, right? How to build your own mini apps that people love. So I really like the idea of that. And I think it's super powerful. Next up, week 3, business applications, right? So you're going to start building this stuff for your business and start automating real stuff that you really like. So this is days 15 to 21. And you're going to build a lead research tool. So for example, you could input a niche and industry and output a list of potential leads for details, right? How would you do that? So all you do is you go back to Opal, like so. I'm going to share this tab, go back inside here, create new, pop that in. You would tailor this to whatever you want. I'm going to plug that in like so. And then from there, we can start building a mini app that can generate leads for us. We could also build a content repurposing app. So we could plug in a guest post and then output like 10 social media posts, an email newsletter, and a video script. Pretty simple and easy. Right? And then, day 19, build a client onboarding questionnaire, and day 21, document your best apps and just create some SOPs for your team, right? So for example, for me, if we go, this is something interesting that I do, right? So what I actually do here, I'm going to share this now, is like I actually have a full list of all the playbooks that I build. So you can see all these different tasks that I've built. And basically inside here, every process I just document inside a list. And then I track who's doing the task as well. And then I can easily sort of build out a list of people that I work with, my team, what systems they should be working on. And so you can easily document this inside your process as well. Right? So document your best apps, create SOPs for your team or VAs. And then week number four is like, you want to advance and scale. So this is days 22 to 30. So day 22 to 24, build complex multi-step workflows, chain about 5 steps together, add some conditional logic as well. And then day 25 to 27, create an automation stack, lead research, content creation, follow-up sequence planner. Day 28 to 29, I would optimize your best apps, make them faster, add better prompts. So for me, even before I did this live stream, I created a Claude project, right? And I just edit that. Every time I find something that I can improve inside the Claude project for generating live streams, I'll tweak the instructions and just make it 1% better every single day, right? And then finally, just share your portfolio, help people in the others in the community build theirs. So for example, if you go back to the AI Profit Board here, the cool thing about this is you can jump on the coaching calls. And, inside these coaching calls, these are Q&As where you can jump on the calls. We have a PhD professor who's trained in AI who runs the calls. You can jump on those calls and be like, hey, I need help with this. Or, hey, guys, look at this tool that I've created. You can also post inside the community here, inside the win section, And we also have this daily action takers check-in, as you can see at the post here. And basically what we're doing, you can see how active this is, by the way. But the awesome thing about this is you can share posts. You basically check in. So Johan and another guy, Darren, posts these daily. And inside these posts, essentially you can see here like everyone's just holding each other accountable to what they're doing. And it's kind of like a daily accountability group as well. So that's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom too. Link in the comments description if you want to sign up to that. So now we've got the lead finder tool generated with Google Opal as well. Again, you can see how easy this is to build out, and we can just start testing the MVP over here. All right, so target niche or industry, and put SEO, and then it will start researching potential leads. It might not work first time around. That's okay. We tweak, we adapt, we improve, and we go from there, my friends. All right, that's basically how it works. So step by step, you can see how you can really learn to master this stuff, and within 30 days, you can build about 10, 15 different tools. I mean, it's taken us 15 minutes to build these tools out today. Now, if you want some ideas on prompts to help you get started, we've got a bunch of prompts right here inside the Google Opal Notes from today. And if you want to learn tools like this, you can see even just this week, we've updated this whole S&P systems with like AI SEO tools, how to use DeepSeek, how to use Gemini CLI, how to use, for example, this design agent, how to use Google Workspaces and Workflow, and also the new Claude Code Opus update that just literally came out yesterday. So this literally gets updated daily as well. You can learn so much from this group, and it is absolutely amazing right here. So I'm going to wait for that to load over here. This is our lead generator. And the thing that I would say, is like you've seen what Opal can do today, right? You've seen how powerful it is. You've seen me build these tools live. You've got the framework and the prompts and everything else. Now, here's the thing. What I showed you today is just scratching the surface, right? It's really just dipping your toes into what AI can do for you. And there's so much more this stuff can do. I mean, even just automating video ideas is a huge time saver, right? So inside the AI Profit Boardroom, you basically get everything you need to turn AI from a toy into a real system that runs your business. So here's what you unlock when you sign up today. So number one, you get 1,000 plug and play automations. So you get copy and paste automations that you can use to start building your business, right? And essentially, I'm just going to pull this up. So you get the 1,000 plug and play automations. You get daily Q&A with me, where if you get stuck, you get a custom walkthrough. No more fighting tech alone. You ask, I answer inside the community. You get unlimited tech support, so you never get stuck again because you can share your problems and get answers. You get 4 weekly coaching calls with clarity, momentum, accountability. So every week we meet and we move forward together. You get a bunch of bonuses. And also you get all my best systems that have helped me grow and scale my business. So it's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. If you want to get access to that, link in the comments description. We do have a 40% discount. Here's an example of what it looks like. So you can see inside here, we've got the community, which is very active, loads of cool stuff going on right there. We also have a classroom where inside the classroom, you get a 6-week AI automation class, all my best templates, daily updates inside the S&P update section, lead generation and social media workflows, email and content automations, and A10 automations. You also get the agency course that shows you how to build and grow your SEO agency. Waz says hi. By the way, if anyone has any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. And if you leave your questions in the chat right now, I'll make sure I answer them today. So just post those in the chat and I'll come on to them in a second. And then inside here, you get the agency course for getting clients. Our coaching calls, if you can't make them, we record them and post them back here. You get all my best AI SEO automations and also YouTube AI automations too. So there's so much cool stuff in there. Again, 4 weekly coaching calls and a community of 1,800 builders, so you can learn and grow and get cool stuff with us. All right. So link in the comments and description for that. Appreciate you watching as always, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers for watching. Bye bye.